All right, so it is April 29th, 2020, and here we are at the farm. Basically, this is my little area here at the farm that I get to work with. As you can see, it's pretty much a berm, and it's got some pretty good soil, fairly decent. Anything I've planted here has done perfectly fine. I did plant some yams a couple of months ago, but the feral hogs got to them, so I wasn't really able to do a decent video on it, but I'm hoping to be able to do one here in the near future. I just wanted to start a farm log, I guess you could call it. So this will be farm log number 1. This is basically to watch how everything develops. Right here we've got some red sugarcane. As you can see, I've got it kind of marked off here with this little yellow flag. The yellow tape, caution tape there on that stick. This red sugarcane is doing really well. I put them into the ground. This was just one stick, one sugarcane stick that I just kind of lay in the ground and I buried. And as you can see here, it's doing really well. We've got about 20 sugarcanes that are coming up right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here on the left side, I've got my soursops and my giant white guavas growing, and they're kind of staggered. So I have one guava, one soursop, another guava, another soursop, so on and so forth, all the way down here on this ledge right here, where you can see this chair. Here in the front of me is the mango tree that I did a couple videos on YouTube. And I finally put him in here into the ground a couple months ago. So we're also watching this guy to see how well he does. Here in the near future, I will be mulching him to kind of keep the moisture there right around the plant, so that I don't need to constantly water it, because the soil here gets pretty dry pretty quickly. Although it does maintain sufficient moisture beneath. Maybe after the first 2 inches of soil, I would prefer to have it stay a lot wetter than that. Here on the right side, as you can see as we're going down this way, right here on this right ridge, I have bananas. I'm not exactly sure what the actual name of this banana type is, but we'll see here in time what type they are. And here's the soursop video. Well, soursop that I did the video on, the very last video on the soursops, here on this soursop. And I did some pruning to the plant, and I'm hoping that the plant will do just fine. Here is a cocoa plant. So this is the famous cacao plant that chocolate is derived from. And the bananas just keep kind of going down here on the right side. Right along here, you can kind of see the stumps sticking out of the ground. And here on the left side, you have the sour. I know it's kind of hard to see because of the background being green and all the leaves and whatnot of all the different plants and weeds. But here's one of the soursops. Here is a remnant of the yams that I had planted a couple months ago. Here's a guava plant right here. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to watch these plants grow as time goes by. Just today, my kids and I went on ahead and put some Ibica branches into the ground. So in my culture, these are commonly known as the pele plant. So that's spelled P-E-L-E. This is the pele plant in our culture. But this is commonly referred to as the Ibica, and that's spelled A-I-B-I-K-A. It's also compared to spinach, where it can be consumed either just right off the plant, raw, or you can steam it, or you can bake it in foil with any choice of meat that you want, actually. So here we have these Ibica plants planted in between the bananas, which I really don't think is a great idea, because as these bananas get bigger, they start to flare out. So we'll have bananas, this one stump here is going to turn into maybe 10 bananas here in this one spot, and they'll all be fighting for space. So they'll all be shooting left, right, back and forth, and eventually they're going to cover these Ipeco plants. I'm sorry about the wind. It's really, really windy today, and I really hope the sound quality of this video doesn't turn out to be too bad. But like I said, I apologize for the horrible sound quality. Here's another small banana. So the bananas just kind of come all the way back here to the back. And as we get closer here to the back, right here where you see these two standing sticks is a mountain apple. So I've had this mountain apple out here for a while, but the branch had fallen down from this tree up here, and a broken branch fell down right on top of the mountain apple and broke it right in half. So it's only now starting to recover. It's been in the recovery process for the last couple of weeks, but it seems to be doing okay. So if all goes well, I don't think I'm going to uproot this guy and move him anywhere. He seems to be okay right here. The reason why I haven't planted under this big tree here is because I've seen many mountain apples as they grow in the forest, and the forest tends to be pretty dense. So the mountain apple does get sunlight, but not as much sunlight as you would expect it would actually need, because it grows really well beneath the canopy of other trees, and it does manage to get sufficient sunlight off of just a little bit of sunlight that comes through the canopy and maybe from other angles as the sun is rising and setting. But there it is. That's it for the first farm log of this year. And as time goes by, we'll continue to put up logs so that you guys can see just how everything is developing. I just really wanted to do this because I know here within the next couple of months, things are going to look significantly different. So I wanted you guys to take a good look at what everything looks like right now. Oh, and by the way, I do have some coconut trees that I planted as well. As you can see, they kind of go, I have them separated about 10 feet apart, which may not seem like enough clearing for most of you out there who are thinking about planting coconuts or actually do have coconut farms, but I'm not expecting to be here to watch these coconuts grow to maturity. However, if they do grow to maturity, they'll do perfectly fine in this amount of distance. You'll have the leaves eventually overlapping each other, but the coconut trees will do perfectly fine. So we have the coconuts right here on the drop off of this berm. So that's it for our first farm log. I really hope you guys got a good idea of what it looks like. We saw what it looked like in the beginning of this video, and in the beginning of the next video I will be recording from the very same exact spot that I started recording this one, so that we can get a good look of how things change throughout time. I'll see you on the next farm log.